nerves.
First of all, how are you doing?
Good. I'm feeling a lot better, and doing everything I can to obviously get better, and it's been getting better and better.
What can you tell us about the major here?
Well, I think, I mean, everybody saw the hit, right? And not something, kind of something I've dealt with before, and some stuff I had to deal with or still dealing with. But like I said, it's been really good. I'm feeling better and better, and I got a couple months now to recover, and yeah. So.
How many times have you had to deal with this, Roman? And I guess, is that concerning? I guess the number.
No, I mean, no, I'm not concerned about that, to be honest. I think, obviously, I've dealt with it before, and I think I got some really good answers, which are really positive, and stuff that I can work on, and like I said, I'm not concerned about it. I know I'm gonna get better and better, and I have been getting better, so which is really cool.
I know you can't tell the future, but do you feel like you're progressing and should be ready for next year as well?
Yeah, definitely. I'm like I said, I'm progressing really well, and now we got a lot of time, and keep getting better and better, and I'll definitely be playing when the season starts.
Was it a situation where if you guys had been in the thick of the playoff chase, that maybe you would have a chance, or was it clearly you were done?
Yeah, I think it was. It wasn't really. It was more a question of my health, taking care of my health, and with those things, you obviously want to be careful. And if I was healthy, I would have played, playoffs or not, and it was never what I wanted. Just sit out the rest of the season, and if I felt like I was healthy to play, I would have played, even if it was with 10 games left or like whatever, 5 games left. And but yeah, it was important for me to be healthy and get healthy.
Roman, how do you put into words the frustration for this season, given all the expectations coming in, like your injury aside, just the way everything just kind of went this season?
Yeah, it was definitely a long year for us. It was there was definitely a lot of frustration, and we obviously didn't have a good start, and it felt like we just never got it going. And I think we all talked about it a lot. With everyone, and we all felt it, and we felt the frustration. And I think sometimes it's easy just to look at all the negatives, and I think in a year like that, you gotta take some of the positives, and most importantly, I think it's what you do with your summer. I think it's me personally. I know I'm gonna have a better year next year. I'll be a better player next year than I was this year, and I think everyone in here will do the same thing. Go put your head down and work this summer and make it a better year next year.
You feel like there's enough in the room for you guys to run it back next year and get right back in the playoffs?
Yeah, I do, 100%. And I think, I think we had spurts this year where we played well, and we just never could get it going for a long period of time, and the inconsistency was never quite there. But I know we have the team to make the playoffs, and like I said, I think everyone is going to have a really good summer. Everyone's going to look themselves in the mirror and try to be a better player next year, and that will make us a lot better team.
Roman, what are some of those positives that you can take from this year, despite the way it went, and maybe give you some optimism already at this point for next season?
Well, I think there was a lot of young kids that got the first taste in the NHL. A lot of young kids playing more minutes, playing bigger minutes, and getting more responsibility, and that's I think that's something that's really important for the future. And I think even for the older guys, nobody's happy with the way the year went. I'm not happy with the way I played, and I think the older you get, the more sometimes things happen for you, and I think it's time for you to grow, and time for you to get better, and maybe you have to adjust some things and over the summer and even next year. And like I said, it's a really good time. I think you can look at it two ways, and I try to look at it as a time to grow, a time to come stronger, come back stronger next year and be better.
Along those lines, this is out of the last 3 years that you guys have missed out on the postseason. You've been here for a lot of postseason success. I talked with Phil. You just talked about fuel and using that in the summertime. But as someone who has so much skin in the game here, how much does that frustrate you? That this is not what the Predators are.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just not being part of the postseason, right? Like it's such a fun time, and so many amazing memories in this building with postseason hockey. And I think it also shows how hard it is to get into playoffs. And I don't think you can just go into a year and expect to make the playoffs every year. And it takes a lot of work. It takes it's a long journey there. And I think we like I said, we have to realize that, and it's gonna be hard next year. It's gonna be really hard, and I think, like you said, we've always been pride ourselves on making the playoffs and hopefully making a run in the playoffs, and that won't be any different next year.
As the captain, do Barry and Bruno maybe even come to you and ask thoughts, opinions, anything like that?
Yeah, they do. I mean, we all we all try to find solutions, and I think. We're all in this together, Barry, Bruno, the players, everybody. We all have to work together to find solutions for next year, and like I said, be a better team, and that's definitely a team effort.
Barry has mentioned needing that he needs another maybe right-handed defenseman on the back end. Is that something that you guys could use? I mean, are there other areas you think you guys could use on the defensive back end?
Well, I think that a lot of things happen in our decor right this year. I mean, if you look at our decor from beginning of the year till the end of the year, it was a complete different decor. And in saying that, there's a lot of young guys that came up and played really well, and guys will be a big part of the future, which is also a good thing. And I think, like every team, obviously Barry will look at our whole roster and try to make improvements this year wherever he can, and we're confident he's gonna do a good job of that.
Well, given the nature of the injuries that you have endured and the sensitivity of them, how do you go about, for lack of a better term, keeping that out of your head? It seems like it happens and it happens again. Like, do you get apprehensive at all when you get back out there, or just not think about it, or how do you kind of digest dealing with those kinds of?
No, I think that's why I try to make sure that I'm, that I feel fully healthy, and obviously we got some amazing doctors that take care of us, and obviously, like you said, it's obviously something you really care about, and like I said, I just want to make sure I'm fully healthy, and now we have a lot of time to do that, and once you're healthy, you don't really think about it. I think as a player, you want to make sure you're healthy and you have that confidence to go back out there, and there's not really any risks.
What is the recovery like? Are you sitting in the dark room?
No.
Do you feel it, or is it kind of like the invisible injury that you don't?
Yeah, I mean, no, it's not that. I'm working out, and I'm riding a bike. We have a kind of special rehab program. There's some other stuff I do for other things, like your eyes and everything, and so there's a whole program, there's a whole plan, and it's just kind of there to help you, get better and better, and sometimes it takes some time, and you got to be a little patient, but that's okay.
Roman, one of the things that the next season will feature will be the NHL break, and the chance for some folks around the league to be playing over in Italy. Is that something that you hope to be in physically and ready and want to be a part of for next year? Yeah, definitely. I mean, I played one Olympics in Sochi, and it was a really cool experience, and I would obviously love to play for Switzerland in the Olympics. Would be definitely something really cool for sure.
What's your summer look like as you try to recuperate there and then also get ready for next year? Do you have any plans or?
No, I'm gonna be here for a while and just kind of you know, keep getting better, and then I'll go back to Switzerland for a little bit, go back home and see the family, and yeah, that's about it.
Do you think this extra time off could help the team? I know you guys want to be in the playoffs, but in the long run, do you think that could be a good thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a chance for guys to you know, really work on certain things, and a lot of times the summer is really short, and now it's going to be a little longer, and you'll have time to work on a lot of different things that you might not have time for otherwise. So it's definitely an opportunity to get better for each guy.
Roman, what did you learn about this group? Even though things went the way that they did, there's not a lot of free agents. It looks like it'll be a pretty similar group coming back. What did you learn about this group, and what do you hope to take with you from that into next year?
Well, I think the biggest thing I learned is just the character in the group, and I felt like we, you know, even though things never kind of went our way, that this year we stuck together. We stuck together as a team, and you know, I think there's a lot of nights where we really, like, we played really hard, and it was, you know, it was hard at times, because, you know, you keep trying, and the result doesn't come. But I felt like this team really stuck together and kept playing hard, kept playing for each other, and that was certainly not easy this year.
Despite the record and the injuries this season, as the captain and individually, are there any moments that stick out as highlights or things you're most proud of from the season as you look back?
I mean, yeah, it's a good question. I think it's a great question, because you want to look at the bright side, right? And I think you know, there was some really cool moments. I think like Luke Shen had his 1,000th game, and stuff like that is always cool. And some guys, Stammer, had a couple of records. That's always cool. And but like I just told Brooks, I think at the end of the day, I think what really sticks out is just, you know, when you go through a year like that with the guys, I think it gets you closer, and you're going through a lot of adversity, and that's where you see the character of the team, and I think that's what's you know, the thing about this year, what's cool, and I think you really saw that in our team, and that's going to make us stronger for next year.
Roman, how encouraged are you by the younger guys that are going to be coming up? You obviously have, you know, the Ryan Poes and the Tanner Mollendykes and the Andrew Gibsons. Obviously, you've been here a long time, but to see those guys start to come up behind you, how encouraging is that?
Yeah, it's cool. Like, and even our team, the guys who played this year, young kids that played a lot more. You know, there's a lot of really good prospects in the system that are coming up, and yeah, I'm excited for those guys to be here and make an impact.